Well, Shannon, countdown to the midterm elections. No, we're just a few weeks away from that now. And Democrats facing some close races are hoping on ballot initiatives can help motivate liberal voters to get them out to the polls in November and help them. Chief political correspondent Carl Cameron live in Washington with the latest on this. So, Carl, what can we expect?
Well, we can expect to vote 5 weeks from tomorrow, and for a lot of states, 41 of them, in fact, there are going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 125 ballot initiatives for people to be making decisions on. All told, about $1 billion in advertising is going to be spent on these initiatives. Democrats are proposing to raise the minimum wage to motivate low-income workers in places like Arkansas, where vulnerable incumbent Senate Democrat Mark Pryor supports an increase and is in a very tough race against Republican Congressman Tom Cotton, who is opposed to raising the minimum wage. In Alaska, Democrats have a similar measure designed to help incumbent Democrat Mark Begich defend his Senate seat against Republican Dan Sullivan, who says an increase in the minimum wage would actually kill jobs. In Alaska, there's a ballot initiative to decriminalize marijuana. Democrats are hoping it'll help Begich, and there is some indication that marijuana initiatives do bring out younger voters. Florida has a ballot initiative that would make it the 24th state to legalize marijuana possession for medicinal purposes. But medical marijuana referendums don't really tend to affect turnout much. It seems to be pretty evenly split between the parties. In Colorado, where voters legalized cannabis 2 years ago, there's a referendum that's a hot-button issue, and it's a pro-life constitutional amendment to define a fetus as a person. Personhood amendment, this is. Vulnerable incumbent Senate Democrat Mark Udall opposes the measure, but wanted it on the ballot to energize pro-choice voters against Republican challenger Cory Gardner, a congressman who doesn't support the 2014 measure, but is pro-life and in the past has expressed some support for personhood measures. There are control measures in Washington state on how to hunt for bear. And in Mississippi, there's going to be a constitutional amendment that would even make hunting and fishing a constitutional right. 125 to 130 of these in 41 states, Eric.
Well, they can figure out anything and keep it up to those politicians to get the votes out. Carl, thanks so much.
Who would not think that fishing should be a constitutional right? How can anybody argue with that?
It is, of course, but it depends on if you throw them back.